Hey, all you cyberpunks and retro nerds. Tommy the Hammer here, hanging out with my good buddy, the dreaded Dean.
What up, Internet?
My good friend, the Napster.
What up?
And today, we are going to be checking out the new Killer Instinct game on the Xbox One. And personally speaking, guys, I feel like Killer Instinct in general is such a significant fighting game to the genre. I mean, it literally reinvented the wheel, in my opinion. And before Killer Instinct, I'd say a lot of games kind of like ripped it off down the line. I mean, Killer Instinct introduced the whole massive combo system, so it was a badass game.
I really don't remember any games like racking up your combos as you were going. Like, I mean, you could do combos like in Street Fighter, like you could get like 2 or 3 hits on the other guy before they really could, come back at you. But Killer Instinct was the first one where it's like hyper combo, the brutal combo. Like, for some reason, just seeing those numbers, like, I suppose made the dopamine and serotonin flow in young Dean's brain back in the day.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely badass. But what about you, Chris, man? What do you remember about it?
Well, I definitely remember, like, I don't know, Killer Instinct, its sharp, crisp graphics at the time. To touch base on what Dean said, I think Mortal Kombat 3 was where their combo system came in, and coincidentally, that's after the Killer Instinct.
Oh yeah, every single fighter right after Killer Instinct introduced a massive combo system. Street Fighter, of course, Mortal Kombat, and then after that, you couldn't have a side-scrolling fighter without just doing some massive, brutal combo. And that fast gameplay is what kind of changed the wheel, in my opinion. Before that, it was all about moves and what you had to offer as an individual game. Like Capcom had the Street Fighter, Midway had the Mortal Kombat, and of course Rareware just kicked that door down with Killer Instinct. So it really mattered to us growing up.
It's everything you love about the arcade game. Cut down to size. Only on the Super NES. With a free game music CD. So who needs a new system?
I mean, it was a lot different of a game than Street Fighter. Actually, kind of similar to Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat and Killer Instinct have a lot more similarities, but I remember seeing Street Fighter in the arcade, and that was just revolutionary when I was a little kid. I remember seeing it at the bowling alley, and I couldn't have been happier with that. And then Mortal Kombat has the fucking fatalities, and then Killer Instinct, not only does it have fatalities, it's also got the combos, obviously. I remember being how old were we, Chris? We went to Geauga Lake a lot back in the day. A lot. We had seasons passes, actually.
It was great.
And more than half of the reason I think we went is to play Killer Instinct and Mortal Kombat 3.
But transitioning from the first Killer Instinct and its introduction on the Super Nintendo, eventually it moved on to Killer Instinct Gold and Killer Instinct 2, which we never really received on the 64, but
we got KI Gold for the 64.
Yeah. Not exactly the same game, but very similar.
Well, we didn't get the same game as the arcade had for the Super Nintendo.
Very true.
We're actually going to show you the Super Nintendo version compared to the new updated arcade port for the Xbox One as well.
Okay, folks, this was actually the very first port of Killer Instinct that we got for home consoles, and it was a fucking classic, right, gentlemen?
That's right. It looks a little rough now, but goddamn, was it good back in the day.
Oh, yeah. So we got Dean as Orchid and Chris as Spinal here, and we're going to see who's the best of the best. So take it up a notch, boys.
Oh, I gotta say right off the bat, my controller's fucked up.
Is it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, instead of doing my move, I jump.
Classic. So guys, with this being 2016, what is your impression of the old school Killer Instinct on the Super Nintendo 16-bit entertainment system?
Well, obviously, it being a composite hookup to a fucking HD TV nowadays, it looks like somebody just smeared a bunch of pixels on a screen. So the graphics don't hold up that great, but the combo system is still fucking addictive as hell.
What about you, Chris? What's your impression of this old school cartridge-based version of the game?
I like how Dean put it, how it's kind of like smeared on the TV. It just brings back a lot of memories, really, you know. Memories of being a childhood, you know, memories of going over to Dean being like, you know, just playing Killer Instinct.
Oh, yeah.
Great memories.
It sends us back, is what you mean.
Holy shit. There he goes.
Right off the fucking roof.
Should have been a 42-hit combo, but I'm just not as good as I used to be.
Gotta love that old school 3D, yo.
God, that car looked awful.
Alright, Chris, so where did you get these Killer Instinct games at?
I picked this one up from the exchange. It's free on the Xbox store, but they give you like 5 characters, which is still cool, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
One thing, when I first played Killer Instinct, our buddy Dale, who has been in a few of our reviews, he actually downloaded the free version, and I didn't realize there was going to be like an actual updated like physical copy version. So at first I'm like, what the fuck is this DLC fucking nightmare? Like, it literally gives you fucking TJ Combo and it gives you actually Jago and Saberwolf, right?
I think a couple
like
other
it gives you 2 characters, and then it's like, you can buy the rest of them.
Now, what's this other disc I'm seeing here, Chris?
Now, this is the Rare collection, in which it contains the Killer Instinct for the Nintendo 64. So,
okay.
You can get this now, I believe, for $20. I paid $40 for this one, and it is worth it. There's so many characters, you know.
Okay, so Dean is playing Killer Instinct 1.5.
And this is apparently the updated version of the arcade version, which most of us are actually familiar with. Back in the day when Killer Instinct first came to the arcades, there were a lot of glitches. Like, Cinder could basically do a never-ending combo if you could juggle someone correctly. So they, of course, patched that up. So this is the patched version of the Killer Instinct arcade.
I'm about to be playing Killer Instinct 2. Honestly, I haven't really messed around with it yet. I've pretty much just been focusing on the main game as far as, like, you know, when I pop the old Killer Instinct disc in. So I'm interested to see what it will be like.
Cool.
So, Killer Instinct 2, I was kind of, like, overwhelmed when I saw it in the arcade to begin with, because I don't remember any advertisements about it. It was just like, all of a sudden it's there, and like, you know, it looks awesome, but they changed the fighting style like just enough where like if you were really good at the first one, you couldn't just jump right into the second one and be a master, which you know, is good for arcades, keep you know, the competition good. I think it's funny that the scan lines are so heavy. I wonder if you can manipulate the screen at all.
I don't know. Good question.
I do like how your TV like fits everything into widescreen nicely, though. Like, you can barely tell that it's not meant for full screen. Well, I gotta say, like, I'm not a fan of the Xbox controllers. Like, the directional pad is really hard for me to pull off any moves. So I'm, like, trying to use the control stick, but that makes it awkward to do combos. So fart fuck.
Hey, Dean, she's giving you the old stink eye.
She's giving me the old armpit.
Dean's a wiener. And now,
Killer
Instinct for the Xbox One.
Holy shit balls. Killer Instinct press menu.
What are those balls doing in shit, Tom?
Dean, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, shit balls. Balls and shit.
All right, Kris, so walk us through this menu screen here. What are we looking at here?
You know, this is the single player screen. Obviously, you can just play an exhibition match against someone. The Shadow Lab is kind of cool because, like, it will take elements of your fighting style and, like, break it down. It's pretty sweet. And then there's the story mode. You know, there's season 1 and season 2. I've yet to get 3. And survival is just, you play till you lose, pretty much. And I don't understand what would be the point of computer versus computer, but okay.
You know, for when you want to watch those demo matches.
Yeah, that's kind of just like being the coach in John Madden.
Yeah.
There's lots of various different costumes you can use. Like there's the retro costumes, and they have all kinds of different like skins for them.
Nice.
So, and
Rash has got a rash.
I would have to say I love the character detail in this game. You know, I'm telling you, this is probably my favorite all-time fighting game. I'm so happy I got this game.
It looks pretty crisp, I gotta admit.
And I'm honored you guys came over to do this video. So.
Yeah, amen, brother.
And for those of you that have Xbox, please feel free to add me.
You're gonna have people blowing you up, bro. Or maybe not. We only have like 25 subscribers.
Okay, guys, it's time for the hammer to give it a whirl. And I gotta be honest, I'm not a big Xbox fan, and I don't really like the controls, so I'm probably gonna blow, but that's okay.
It looks kind of like a stealth bomber.
Alright. Well, with this being a new game and all, I might have to pick someone I'm not familiar with, you know? So let's see. Arbiter? Arbiter.
Yeah, get it right, Tom.
Arbiter!
Whoa.
Okay. It's like a knight from another dimension. Fulgor!
Fulgor is a badass. What's up with that dude having a Halo sword? It's funny that I even know that. Because I don't play Halo at all. Yeah, dude literally has a Halo sword.
Well, overall, it handles really good. For not being much of an Xbox fan, I gotta admit, this controller is actually a lot better than some of the other Xbox controllers. It's smaller, obviously, and it fits a little bit better, but I gotta admit, like, my hand still cramps up when I play it. Like, the back is just a little arched too high, and I don't know, it just doesn't feel natural to me. But the game itself over here, I think it's pretty solid, you know. It's a good follow-up to the other Killer Instincts, in my opinion. I haven't seen much of the story, but I gotta say, like, you know, it's pretty fun. No complaints here.
I like it. Definitely enjoyable, and I'm gonna continue playing it.
Oh yeah, man.
Well, personally, like, I haven't played it as much as I'd like to give, like, a really good opinion. Obviously, I'm more versed in the original Killer Instinct and the second Killer Instinct, or Killer Instinct Gold. But I mean, I like it a lot more than when I first played it. When I first played it, and I thought it was just the two characters that you started off with, and you had to buy everything DLC style. Like, I just got, like, I was literally pissed off. I'm like, what did you motherfuckers do with one of my favorite franchises? But after playing it with Kris here, I have a different opinion about it now. I'm so glad they came out with the entire thing, the definitive edition, and not just the fucking DLC junk version. So, all in all, like, it looks fantastic, and, you know, the only thing is I probably won't get an Xbox One,
Right.
Which is sad that, like, if I got a PS4, I wouldn't be able to play it. But,
Yeah,
you
it
know,
seems very singular being only on the Xbox One.
I'm excited to play more of this with Kris in the future, though.
Oh, yeah. Highly recommended.
So what do we think, guys? I'm going to give it, you know, for my, like, obviously I'm not, you know, as well-versed in this one, but I'd give it, you know, at least an 8 out of 10.
What about you, Kris?
10 out of 10.
Oh, snap. Okay guys, so my overall impression of the new Killer Instinct game is pretty good. I think it's an awesome game. Lush graphics, awesome sound, terrific gameplay, everything's very smooth. And although I didn't get to play it for a very long time, my first impression of it is, ultimately very good. I think this is a great game and highly recommend it. Out of 10 stars, I'm going to have to give it an 8. It's just one of those perfect beat-em-ups for, parties with you and your friends if you're just trying to kick each other's ass. So, check it out.